It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Story time of me working for EBIN, New York as the only black person in corporate. Honestly, y'all, it took a lot out of me to even make this video. It's been 3 months since I left the job. They actually fired me. Wrongful termination, but we'll get to that. It has just been a very long journey. EBIN, New York is a very popular beauty brand. They are very known for their 24-hour edge controls. I'll put it right here. And they're also very known for their wig sprays. So hairstylists, listen up, because a lot of you, even if you're not a hairstylist, if you're a black woman, black people in general, listen up, because I was treated so horribly, guys. Like, I would go to the bathroom every day at work and cry. It was to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore. That's how bad it was. So I initially seen a job posting on LinkedIn for being their content creator, basically like the face of the brand. Just do like a quick couple of videos for them. So the HR lady, the company's very small. If that, like, the company is like 80 people or whatever. So there was only one HR person at the time. And this lady, she reached out to me on LinkedIn and she was like, oh, can you come in for an interview? Like, we would love to talk to you. So I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go in there and she's just like telling me all about the brand. And I realized that she kept saying like, oh, we're trying to make it more diverse in the office. We're trying to make it, she just kept saying that. We're just trying to make it more diverse in the office. So I'm just looking around and I'm like, well, there are a lot of Korean people. How are you guys doing this? Like, what do you mean? There's no black people at all? So she's showing me like, oh, they have like in-house beauty hairstylers, nail techs, lash techs, whatever, and they test out the products. They're not on the corporate side though. I didn't know this. I'm just thinking like, oh, okay, so I see some black women in the office, you know, cool. So I'm looking around, it's just nothing but Korean people. That still didn't bother me because I still seen like some black women in the office. So I'm like, cool, it doesn't matter. So she seen my resume and she was like, how do you feel about actually working full-time as a marketer, social media marketer? And I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I could come into the office every day and, you know, do marketing. That's what I went to school for, communications and marketing. So I took on a job. And the first day that I went to work, they was just basically showing me how to do stuff, what websites they use and things like that. So I'm already ready to make my first video, post it on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Wow. I edited this video and I posted it right before I left. And I noticed that it was going viral within 3 hours. Like, as soon as I posted it, it was going up. So I'm like, I'm getting excited because I'm like, oh, this is my first day and I'm already, you know, showing off, like doing my job. And I was looking at it all night. That's how excited I was. I kept scrolling, going on their page and looking at the video like I'm doing my big one. It was around 8 p.m. that I realized that the video was deleted. So I'm like, what's going on? I was reading the comments the whole time, y'all. Everyone was laughing at the video. They were saying whoever's on the marketing team needs a raise. They were saying all these positive things, right? So I go into work the next morning, and as I'm walking to my desk, I have to pass my supervisor's desk, and I have to pass another coworker that thought she was my supervisor. Let's get into that. We could get into that, but I'm gonna just keep going. So I'm going to my desk, and I see that my coworker is showing my supervisor the video that I posted on TikTok from the account or whatever. So I'm like, they're just like literally looking at it or whatever, like reading the comments. And I'm like, hey, good morning. Yeah, why did the video delete? And all I know is that they looked at me and they were just like, there was too many negative comments. So then I go on the account and I, you know, look at the comments. I'm like, there's no negative comments. Someone was saying like, oh, the person that posted it, like the marketing team, I mean, the company better be black owned or something like that, because the video was funny. It was about SZA, I think it was. Like, it was about a black person doing a wig. It was some creative thing that I did. It was just all jokes, and it was good for marketing. So I was like, there's no negative comments here. And, you know, I felt some type of way because I'm like, it was my first day. I made a video go viral. Y'all needed help. y'all needed help going viral and, you know, keep marketing these products and stuff. And I'm over here doing it on the first day, and y'all trying to figure out one little thing. Y'all see one little comment that says something, you know, a little negative to y'all, and y'all want to delete it. That's not how this works. Like, yeah, we got to get some tough skin around here if y'all want to keep going up in this company. So I let that slide. But ever since that day, I realized, like, everyone was just in competition with me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was just like they were no longer trying to teach me anything. They were no longer First of all, I realized, let me just backtrack. Ever since that day, they had started speaking Korean the whole time in the office, in the marketing room. Korean. I had no conversation with them. They would speak to me whenever they told me to just do something. They would have meetings in full-blown Korean. Even the CEO would come in and speak in Korean. And nobody thought to even, you know, like, look and be like, oh, let's just speak in English for now. You know, we do have a black lady here that's just not Korean, and she doesn't know anything that we're saying. So I just started feeling uncomfortable. I'm like, there's no way that, you know, everybody was speaking English in the beginning, the first day that I was there, you know, being very nice. And now all of a sudden, everyone's just speaking Korean the whole time, giggling, looking at me, laughing about things. And I have no idea what any of them are saying. So literally the next week, I came into the office, I go in the bathroom, I come out, my supervisor, my coworkers, no one in a marketing team is in the office. So I'm like, I know for sure the day before, my supervisor was telling me like, oh, we're gonna go to New York to set up for this TV show that we're doing or whatever. So I'm like, I know they did not leave me in the office by myself while they're in New York. Like, they went to the New York office. So I contacted my supervisor right away, and he's like, oh yeah, we did leave you. He didn't really have anything to say. That's the thing that really got to me, is because like, he really just was like, oh yeah, we left you, just do some work, edit some videos or whatever. Like, he didn't have no real reason to be leaving me. Like, he just did not care. So I'm just like, I feel some type of way now, because it's like, y'all speaking Korean, y'all leaving me out of things. What, like, is this a team or not? So once I realized, like, they're separating me, I have coworkers that's talking to me any kind of way. The supervisor is just letting the coworkers talk to me any kind of way. I guess she thought that she was a supervisor, but we were literally on the same position. The first day, that was the only time she was nice to me. I guess once my video went viral, something switched. She was just like, oh, there's competition. I don't know, but I don't work like that. Like, if we're a team, we are a team. There's no reason for y'all to be like treating me any type of way. I'm new here, number one. I'm still trying to get the feel of things. I guess they felt intimidated. I don't know. But at that point, I just felt like, why am I in this office every day? Y'all are speaking Korean. Y'all don't want to speak to me at all. I'm at the lunch table trying to figure out where I'm going to go sit at. Because the Korean culture, like, they all sit together. They talk. I sat with them like 1 or 2 days, the first 2 days, and they were just speaking Korean. They did not care. I just felt like that was so rude. So at this point, I'm feeling very uncomfortable about working there, but I'm still just like, you know, I'm very new. Hopefully it'll change. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I went to HR and I complained. Y'all know when people say like HR is not on your side, like HR is not your team, they're just here to protect the company. That's 100% true. In this case, I went to the HR lady and I was telling her, like, I feel very uncomfortable. There are incidents that's going on, and I just feel like something has to be done, because this is not the way I know that, you know, a corporate is supposed to be ran. And I'm not supposed to be getting treated like this. I'm a new employee. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And I still feel like I'm being left out. Why is that? So she's just like, oh, I understand. Like, I'll speak to the marketing team. I'll speak to your supervisor. I'll try to get them back on track and try to get them, you know, to work with you. When I tell you guys, I worked since August. I was complaining all the way up until January about these things. I even had to take a mental health leave because of this. It was messing with me every single day. The way they treated me, it was like they were micromanaging me a lot. So the Korean culture, like work culture, is very different. I get that. But the way I'm saying they're micromanaging me, every employee at EBIN New York, they have to write down their daily tasks in Asana, right? the daily task, you have to put each hour what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So mine, I had to make sure I put, like, I edited 10 videos today. I posted this. I emailed this person. I reached out to influencers. I did this. Like, my Asana had a whole book of things. And I would get emails when my coworkers would post on their Asana, like, upload their stuff. And you can just literally see, they would have, like, 3 bullet points. Quick things, like scheduler emails, this, that. Like, very broad. And I was the one that had to put everything in detail. Make sure the links was there. Every single thing, guys. I just felt like, what is going on? You know what made it worse? The CEO of the company decided that I need to start having presentations with him, the vice president, HR, and the whole marketing team. And I had to let him know exactly what I was doing. I had to show him every post that I made, everything that I edited, everything, you know, outreach to influencers, every single thing. So at this point, I'm a little frustrated because it's like, now it's new other Koreans coming in doing the same thing, you know, like marketing and things like that in the same marketing room. And no one has had to do this presentation. I even asked people that were there before me, I'm like, have you guys ever had to do this presentation? They're like, no, I don't know why you had to do it. That's a problem. He's basically just telling me, like, I don't know why you have to do all this, but that's very insane of you to have to sit there and, like, literally show them what you're doing when you literally are writing it down just how any other co-worker is doing. What really made me feel some type of way is the CEO still didn't care. Like, he just had this look on his face, like a disgust look. And I was just like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? He's just like, I just don't see. Like, I just don't get what you do, or I don't get your job. And I was just like, well, didn't you hire me? Like, I'm pretty sure you, the company, being that he's the CEO, I get that. You guys are probably like, well, he probably didn't hire, he don't know. He goes through every single thing. He's there. Like, he's on your back while you work. He knew that I was going to get hired for the position, what I do, and everything like that. So for you to be talking to me saying, like, I just don't see what you do, and I don't get your job, and are you even happy here? Because if you're not happy here, then you can get out. He told me that. At this point, I just felt like, I sat there and asked him, I said, are you talking about the HR complaints that I've made about me feeling uncomfortable in a marketing room? And right then and there, you know, HR, everyone is in the room. HR is just like, no, he's not talking about that. No, he's not talking about that. So I just didn't know what to do at that point, because it's like, I don't want to quit. I still need a job. But at this point, it's like, they don't want me here. They want me to quit. So what do I do? To make things like a little bit more clear for you guys, EBIN New York had just took ownership of a black-owned company. They were the first ones to do Jamaican black castor oil, and, you know, they have hair products, all that good stuff. I don't really want to talk about the brand that they just, you know, kind of pushed me onto, because I was complaining so much to HR about me not feeling included with working under EBIN New York specifically. But basically, they pushed me onto another brand that they took ownership of, and I did the social media for that specific brand. I was still in the same office with all the Koreans, you know, in the marketing room, in that same room, but now I just don't have a team. They told me that I'll have a new supervisor. The supervisor had no experience in marketing. He doesn't know nothing that I'm doing at all. He thinks that I'm just sitting there on my phone all day, because he doesn't realize that I use my phone to edit videos, and I use my iPad to edit all these videos and do all the graphics and things. And he's just sitting there trying to go back into CEO and the vice president and tell them, oh, she doesn't do anything, or like, she just does the bare minimum. Like, it just seemed like they looked for any little thing just to try to get me out of there. He told someone that he was trying to get me fired, if that makes sense, and it got back to me. This same new supervisor, guys, guess what he did? He told me to read over a resume. He literally handed me a paper, and he told me to read the name to see if it was a black name. A black name. What is? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, a black name? What do you mean by that? A black name? And what are you gonna do with it? And I was like, no, the last name actually was like, you can tell it was like a Hispanic name. But I was just like, what's your point, you know? And he never said anything. He was like, no, that's a black name. And then he snatched the resume back, and then that was just that. He was very rude, guys. And it was just like, it was unbelievable, the stuff that I was going through. I'm going to give you guys another example. I had to travel to Atlanta for a photo shoot for a new line that we were doing. And this new supervisor, he had to book my hotel and stuff. So I had to travel by myself. Usually, like, I travel with coworkers and stuff. I was the only one that was traveling. I had to meet people that were already in Atlanta and do everything else. So I'm just fine with that. It is what it is. So I get to Atlanta. I have the Uber take me to the address of the hotel. Guys, when I tell y'all, this looked like a motel. It was bugs in the room. It was stuff all in the bed. It wasn't a hotel, I'll give you that. Like, it wasn't like just one tall building, nothing like that. It was like literally little rooms each everywhere. So at this point, I was traveling all day. It was like 6-7 p.m. I'm trying to walk. It was like later than that, actually, because it was like getting dark. So they had me all the way in the back. So I'm already feeling uneasy. I'm by myself out in Atlanta, and this is where y'all put me in? Y'all have all this money and y'all want to put me in a hotel like this? Y'all playing in my face. I was cool with 2 other workers that's in a different department. So I'm contacting them. I'm like, when y'all have to travel with, you know, EBIN, do you guys get treated like this? Or are you guys in a nicer hotel? Everyone's just shocked, completely shocked. They're like, I've never been in a hotel like that. I don't know where they have you, but you need to leave. And at that point, I'm just like, I definitely need to leave. I don't feel safe here. The part that they had me in was all the way in the back. It was just a mess. I'm going to insert some pictures in here so y'all can see it as I'm talking. But so once I realized I don't feel comfortable staying at this hotel, motel, whatever it was, I called him. And he's like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. I already booked it and there's nothing we could do. Bye. And hung up. I kid you not. That's all he did. While I'm sitting there on the verge of crying, saying, you know, I feel unsafe, the room is dirty, and, you know, it's not really a hotel that I feel comfortable in, anything like that. He just said, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to deal with it. Bye. Do you know how crazy I felt for my supervisor to do that? To book something like that and then just say, I don't know what to tell you, and hang up in my face. At that point, it was just clear as day that they did not care about me at all. They just wanted me to get some work done, and that was it. If I didn't want to quit, they were going to just show me that you need to just quit, because that's it. I have like a whole list of stuff in my iPad that I wrote down each and every day. That's how bad it was, guys. Like, it was always something going on inside this office with me. It was like they were just attacking and attacking. And I had to just go to the bathroom every day and just cry and call my mother or call someone and just tell them what's going on. They couldn't believe I was going through all of that. And just to back it on up really quick, guys, there are 2 people that were working for the brand that they switched me to, if that makes sense. Like, they were on a contract because they still had to show the Koreans how to work, you know, how to work their company, if that makes sense. So I was in close contact with those 2 women, and one of the head of departments of marketing, he actually asked me, was I having a meeting with my grandmothers today? And by grandmothers, he meant those 2 black women, my grandmothers. Why would that be my grandmother? And why is that appropriate to say in a workplace, anywhere? You don't know if my grandmother's dead, anything. I just couldn't believe that they would be talking to me like this. It was just insane. As if that wasn't enough, they tried to give me more problems while I was in Atlanta, but I just shook it off. So that next week, when we got back from the trip on Monday, I was working with the beauty advisors. I worked very close. That was the only safe space I had there, were the beauty advisors. Those were the black women that were in the hallways, you know, just testing out the products every day. That was my safe space. So as much as I could, like, I would just go and sit with them and try to do as much content as I could, because I felt uncomfortable in that marketing room because no one was talking in English. No one was speaking to me. I just felt, you know, left out. So why not try to be around, you know, people that will actually speak to me or even speak English? So I'm sitting with them, and my supervisor, he comes over to the table. He's like, Samaya, you spent $14 on food. I need the receipt now. I responded, I'm like, I'm sorry, because I did not know what he was talking about. And he's like, why do you have such an attitude? Like, he's literally yelling in front of the beauty advisors and at me, like in my face, like, why do you have such an attitude? And I'm like, all I said was, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, when did I spend $14 on food and drinks? Please let me know. So at that point, you know how when someone is like ready to say something else, but they're just like trying to hold their tongue? That's what he's doing. And I was like, I just genuinely don't know what you're talking about. He throws the receipt at me and it says, well, ask the head of marketing. The light went off, but we still going. So I go to the person that he told me to go to, which was originally my first supervisor when I first came to EBIN, New York. And I'm asking him, I'm like, all the expenses, receipts, and everything you have, like, I gave everything to you. I'm not sure why this person is coming at me like this, but please just help me figure this out right now. Like, oh, well, I don't have the receipt for that date, this, that, the third. So I'm just like, well, let's go through it together. We go through it, and he finds that same receipt for $14. So I go back to the first supervisor that came to me and was coming crazy at me. And I'm like, here, he had the receipt. And he didn't look not one bit at me. He didn't look at me. He didn't apologize for how he was speaking to me or anything. Not even the other supervisor that said that he didn't have the receipt. No one apologized. And I was just like, okay. I took it to the chin. You would think that's it for the day, right? No, it's not. An hour or two later, this supervisor decides to have a meeting with me. The same one I was just talking about, the receipt and all of that. Go in the hallway and have a meeting with me. I just want to let you guys know, like, the way that the office is set up is very little. Everything is glass doors, so you can hear, you can see everything that's going on, even in the hallway. We're sitting in the hallway. He has this whole paper that he done wrote out with dates and everything. It says, like, correct me if I'm wrong. On these dates, you didn't post anything. On these dates, you posted. Da, da, da. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? He said, correct me if I'm wrong. You're supposed to post on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok every day. And I was like, you're wrong. He said, how am I wrong? No, I'm not. Like, he's very defensive. I'm like, I'm supposed to only be posting on TikTok 4 times a week right now. He disregarded everything I said. Like, he did not care anything that came in my mouth. He tried to call 2 of the ladies that's giving the company over or whatever. And they're both saying the same thing that I'm saying. Like, they're agreeing to everything that I'm saying. So now he's very angry, and it gets to the point where he hangs up on the people that he was trying to, I guess, get to agree with him with, and starts going off on me like, well, how much content do you make? This, that. And I'm showing him, like, I just don't understand, though. Once again, we have this whole Asana sheet. I've been having presentations. I've been showing them exactly what I've been doing every single day, on the hour, on the dot, whatever they needed. So why are they still giving me a hard time? I don't know. But let's listen to the rest of what he said to me. Basically said, I don't think you're doing anything, and the person that was before you is better than you. So now I'm just like, excuse me? He's yelling this, by the way. He's not speaking calm about anything. He was very rude about it. He's like, I don't think you're doing anything. And at this point, we're going back and forth because I feel very disrespected. I'm literally showing him all my work, telling him what I do all the time, and this is what you say to me? That's very rude. So someone had ended up running out in the hallway and stopping him from yelling in my face. And I just walked away and started crying. Then they moved me to another supervisor. Now this supervisor is completely new. It's a woman, a Korean woman. She was new. She was telling me herself she didn't know nothing about marketing like that. She was telling me she didn't know nothing about the brands. That's fine. You can come in and do your research or whatever. But the way she was talking to me, she talked to me any kind of way to the point where I'll have my headphones in or like sitting there doing graphics and stuff like that. She would say, yo, this is how she spoke to me. Yo, Like I was just a random black girl out on the street. Why are you talking to me like that? You don't speak to no one else in the office like that, but you going like this in my face saying, yo, trying to get my attention. This is a corporate job? Like, I'm just confused. So at that moment, I got up and I noticed the CEO was in the lunchroom. I go to the lunchroom. I said, as you know, I have been having problems with the marketing team like crazy. Right now, I'm just letting you know what just happened. This new supervisor, she's talking to me crazy. She's snapping her fingers in my face. She's saying, yo, just trying to get my attention. I don't know why, but I don't like it. No one else is being treated like this. I told him exactly what I'm saying to you guys right now. I told him that. He's just looking at me like, I hear you. One ear out the other, honestly. Literally the next day, I got written up. Well, warning for insubordination or something like that, because I went to the CEO instead of going to another person and telling them the situation that happened. Please let me know how crazy that is. I'm getting penalized for letting the higher ups know what's going on because no one else is being able to fix the problems, the communication skills, everything that's going on right now. How does that work? It got worse from there. I had to take a mental health leave in December. At that point, I didn't even want to go back. I didn't even want to go back. I was crying to my mother saying, like, I just feel uncomfortable. They don't like me there. They treat me horrible. Everything. So why would I go back? And I regretted it. So the same day. No one welcomed me back. No one said hello to me when I walked in. And I said good morning to everyone. I say good morning. No one says anything. They just look at me, roll their eyes, or go on their phones. It was just a complete living nightmare. Mind you, I didn't do anything but do my job there, guys. I have a Korean coworker that even texted me and said, I don't know why they're so racist to you. I don't know why they're so racist to you. If they don't like you, they might as well just fire you. I don't know why they still have you here suffering. What really put the icing on the cake, you guys, is when the CEO, he called, well, we have these meetings for design and the whole company goes to these meetings. It was time for the marketing team to go inside. Everyone else is there. So I'm going inside and he stops the meeting. The CEO completely stops the meeting because there was someone on the screen talking. He stops the meeting and he says, Samaya, and points to the door. He says something really fast like, you don't need to be in here. He points to the door. I'm very confused. Everyone's looking at me like, huh? That's what he did though. He kicked me out and I just went back to my desk because I was very confused. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just sit here. A couple hours go by and I seen that he was out in a hallway on his phone, like just walking. I went up to him and I asked him, I said, hey, can we talk? He said no. So I'm like, I'm pushed back. I'm like, why? I asked him why. He said, I don't need to speak to you, man. That's how he said it. I don't need to speak to you, man. What? The CEO of EBIN, New York is talking to me like this, guys. Guess he felt some type of way about me complaining to HR and HR going back to him and telling him these things. But that's how he reacted. The HR person wasn't there that day. So the next day, I decided that that was going to be my last day. What I mean by that is, if nothing was going to change right then and there, if they're not going to give me the respect that I deserved from day one, I wasn't going to do any work until I speak to HR once again and we're going to get something done. So I had the meeting, we get inside and they're like, we don't want to talk about anything that, you know, the CEO has done to you, has said to you, anything like that. We're just going to terminate you. Terminate me for what? Oh, because your KPI performance and I've never seen no KPI performance. Isn't that a wrongful termination? If you guys are just now trying to fire me over something like this when I've been complaining about this company this whole time, KPI performance, I got all my work done all the time. They just try to put together any little thing, guys. How could a company target nothing but African Americans, women of color and things like that, and treat the only black woman that you have in that corporate like that?
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my homeboy Lucky Wizard Diz. He keeps it lit. Make sure y'all check out his YouTube channel. Hit the links down below in the description for HiveMindLabs.com, where you can unbig that back with the super fat burners, man, and practice healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle, man. Let's get into it now. My lifestyle, MIY lifestyle, okay? MIY lifestyle on TikTok has came with a story about EBIN Wonder. Now, EBIN Wonder is a hair care product line that they target black women, okay? That's their target customer, okay? And you can see right here in the screen what EBIN, Lace Wonder, Bond, they do a lot of things for wigs, edge control, things of that nature. Now, they have been obviously wrongfully doing black women who they actually need in their company, because maybe they can make the products, but they're marketing to black people. All the people in the commercials are black, okay? Like, all the people on their Instagram are black. I don't see one Korean person. Now, for a disclaimer, I used to work for a Japanese company, an Asian company. I believe Korea is an Asian company. I mean, an Asian country. And I want to say I had a wonderful experience working with this Japanese company, and I never felt that they would try this type of work practices. So I don't think this is, I think this is an isolated incident. So I would not say that all Asian companies, regardless of who they target, would treat their employees like this. So we just gonna just say EBIN. We're not gonna go towards race Asian people, because I actually love my past job and I still talk to some of those people to this day. So we just gonna call EBIN out for who they are. That company has a culture based around race or hatred, okay, to the black women who they are their target audience. I want to show you EBIN New York's Instagram, okay? Literally everything is targeted to black women, okay? All those tones. Even look at the hands. The hands are white, but we know these Korean hands are not using this lace front. This is for black women, okay? EBIN fans, they probably created this to use, but everything that they have is for black women. More black women in their content. I wish I could find the video that she said she did. I'm gonna try to find it, but all their comments are off. All the comments are off. More black women. Okay, I'm sure she's a content creator, and because she's a content creator, they use her, but I hope she wants them to take her video down. Like, all the black content creators need to be like, hey, I don't want you using my likeness because of the story that's... So we all have to do this collectively. Like, men, women, you know, the community. I know y'all use a lot of hair care products and wig stuff and all, okay? As a whole, we have to boycott brands that treat us like this. Whether it's a man or a woman, we cannot continue to let them use us, use our likeness, and use our economies, our economics to, you know, basically push their brand to the forefront. Now, I'm not too familiar with a lot of these people, but I'm just going through TikTok as I looked at this situation. There's a lady, company called Khalidana Naturals or Khalida Naturals. I don't know. You see it. It's on TikTok. Anyway.
Rude, but you don't sound African American. But I'm still a black woman.
She don't.
The topic of the
She don't sound African American, but she is a black woman. I was when I heard this video. When y'all heard this video, I'm like, she sounds Asian, but she is a black woman. So let's. I'm just a There's a prerequisite to what you're about to hear.
My entire TL is filled with the EBIN New York scandal. And as a black founder, as a black woman-owned brand made specifically for black women, it's so sad to see and hear what is going on. But this is what we mean when we say support black-owned businesses. Yes, I am aware that not all black-owned businesses operate with professionalism or whatever the case may be. But in order for us to stop these things from happening, it has to start from somewhere, and it comes from supporting black-owned businesses. These businesses create brands, use black women as the face of these brands, and refuse to respect and compensate them. I, as a black-owned founder who create products specifically for black women and kids with kinky curly hair, I have been able to share my journey and being very transparent of some of the challenges that I've been having, still am having with my brand. A lot of small black-owned businesses, they are closing their doors because they're just not getting the support and the funding that they need. For instance, my brand, Khalida Naturals, we are known for our strong hair edge control, made specifically for 4C hair and relaxed hair. It's hard, y'all. We need y'all help. In order for these things to stop, it starts from supporting us. And yes, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but you guys have to put forth the effort to help us. My entire TL is not trying to be.
The Glow Butter Balm Body Butter can be purchased directly on our website, link in bio or TikTok shop.
Alright, so yeah, that's Khalida Naturals. Okay, Khalida Naturals. She is a black woman, black owned business. Yeah, I mean, let's support ours. It starts with us. We gotta, put our own faces on the forefront of all, if we want to continue to, be able to be respected in our own community and our own products, we got to support our own. I'm not saying just excommunicate all the companies like Luster's Pink Moisturizing Oil and, Blue Magic. We know they ain't black owned. I'm not saying excommunicate them, but if you want to support black businesses, just Google on TikTok. You'll find plenty, okay? One that I like in particular is Shawnee's Body Butter. Now, I use this.
Hi guys, my turmeric and ginger scrub with lemon oil is emulsified and formulated for the face and body.
She got a lot of music, but you could go.
Mirror, 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 mirror.
You could go to her channel. I can't play the music, but black woman, as you can see. Shout out to Shawnee. But I get all her beard oil, okay, and beard balm, okay. You can see that on my TikTok, everydaypj, where I'm doing a commercial for her. I still purchase my products through her, okay. So all wonderful gift packaging, just all around great person, and I think you can find her link in the bio. That's one that I personally use because I shop black, okay? That's what we're doing. Let's not just talk about it, let's be about it, okay? Here is another content creator with similar experiences with Erin, New York.
Story time of me working for EBIN, New York as the only black person.
Y'all, she is not lying. I was very quiet on this topic for months. I think it's been about August, September, October, November. I don't know. It's probably been like a year since I left EBIN, New York. But I worked with that company for 9 months. I went in September of 2022, and I ended up leaving I got fired, wrongfully fired, June of 2023. So I started out there as a beauty advisor, and the role was pretty much just to come in, test products, see what products work, We also did some marketing where we would like look at some of the packaging to say like, okay, this will work, this won't work. Colors, font, and stuff like that on the packaging. That's a lot of stuff that we would do. And our day-to-day thing was just to sit there and test products, right? So I came in, it was part-time. We were contracted, so you don't have any benefits or anything like that. You just come in, do your work, and leave pretty much. So when I got there for my interview process, I seen also, I don't know if I seen it on LinkedIn or Indeed, but I seen the job opening. I applied, I came, and pretty much when I walked in, it was giving jump scare because there was nothing but a bunch of Korean people there. So not that it's an issue with working with Korean people because, you know, we work with everybody. But I was very, I don't know, for some reason, I always thought that EBIN was a black-owned company. So when I walked in, you can imagine, like, you walking in and literally everyone is Korean. So I immediately kind of was like, something's a little off here. So I interviewed, they called me back, and they were like, yeah, we want you to start immediately. I met with the HR lady that she's also talking about, and she has a big role in this story. So yeah, HR lady, that's what we're gonna call her. But yeah, so we came in, I did my paperwork and everything, and the first day, my first day of working, I went to a show actually. So they were like, hey, we're going to New York. Mind you, I live in New York and they're in Jersey. So I traveled all the way to Jersey just for them to tell me that we're going all the way back to New York, for me to go all the way back to Jersey and then go back to New York. Stupid. So I end up going to this show the first day. If you go back and look at my content, like, you can see, like, I was at shows and all types of stuff. So, you know, that's the proof right there. But if you need any more proof, I got my receipts. So yeah, we went to the show, and then the next day we came in, and the first thing they did was they came up to me and they gave me like a pen and paper, and they were like, hey, we need you to write down like the description of the product, like how to use it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, this is my third day out here, I don't know. But nah, let me be serious. So I'm like, what product are you talking about? Because I was only familiar with the wig spray, the lace adhesive spray, the edge control. I didn't even know if they sold makeup, nails, all of that stuff, lashes, until I got to the actual store. I mean, the actual you know, like, location, and I seen it, and I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't even know y'all sold this stuff. Sorry, I had a burp. So then I am like, how am I supposed to write the description to something that I don't even know? Like, and they're like, oh, just write anything because you have a degree in like marketing and PR, so like we know you can do it, just do it. So now I'm sitting here like, but I've been hired as a beauty advisor. Now keep in mind, they always kept saying, you have a degree, you have a degree, you have a degree, so they knew I can do it. So pretty much what ends up happening is, we're gonna fast forward a little bit, where I meet the other black young ladies, because the only black people when I was there, in my experience, that was in the office were the beauty advisors. There were no other black women or men in like marketing, and every other place was occupied by a Korean individual, right? So that already was kind of like fishy to me, because I'm like, well, if you know I know how to do marketing, put me in marketing and give me a position in marketing. Like, why? It seems like they just try to keep you very low at this beauty advisor state. So then as time goes on, they began to come to me, and they're like, hey, so what do you like they just ask me questions. What do you use outside of EBIN products? Like, what do you like? What do you think the industry is missing right now? So we're giving ideas, and we're like, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. And they're like, okay, cool. And they're just writing all our ideas down. And then they're now taking our ideas and they're developing them. And we're not getting paid for it. So I was like, okay, well, if y'all, me and it was another group of young ladies, we were like, no, we need to be getting paid for our ideas. So there was one lady that was there. I'm gonna name her, I'm gonna call her A. She put me on. A and M. Those are the other two ladies' names, A and M. M had been with the company since like almost day one. Like, she'd been there since the longest. So she was putting me on. She was been telling me how like discriminatory they are when it comes to like lunches. So they would buy lunch for everybody every day, and you have the option of getting like a Korean lunch, or you have the option of like ordering off the menu that they give you. And she was telling me how they were not able to order lunch. Like, they weren't in the group chat to submit their orders for lunch. So I'm like, y'all not about to be giving lunch to everybody in here, and then the black girls can't get lunch. Like, so now we sitting at lunch and we just chilling, or we have to go out and buy lunch and come back while everything else is provided and paid for by everybody else. That's not fair. So I was able to get into the group chat, and I was then able to order my lunch and the girls' lunches. So what I would do is I would send it to them. I'm like, hey guys, this is the lunch for today. Everybody send me their orders, and I would submit it in by the deadline so that we can eat lunch. So that was one thing that they did exclude us. They had multiple meetings where we would all just be sitting in the office. They would all just get up, go to a meeting, and leave us there. No one would say anything. We would just sit there like, what's going on? Oh, we're having a meeting. Oh, the meetings was in Korean. Like, they would not try to, and they try to say, oh, language barrier. And I'm like, I get it, like, if there's a language barrier, but y'all knew how to speak English. Like, cut it out. It was a lot of them who knew how to speak English. So I'm like, don't try to language barrier, because y'all were talking English the whole time. And then the minute, you know, something will shift, or y'all was like talking about something that y'all didn't want us to know about, y'all would start talking in Korean. Let's get to the real tea. Let's clock the real tea. So yeah, they would pretty much take our ideas, and they would say, we'll give you guys incentives. They offered us $100. They was like, if you have an original idea that we want to use and develop, we'll give you $100. Y'all are making millions of dollars, and you're telling me that you're gonna take my original idea, formulate it, give me $100, and be like, yeah, thanks, good job. I don't get no type of shares in the product being sold. You don't get no type of nothing. It's just a good job, thanks. And then once you give them one idea and they find out that the CEO likes it, oh, then they come badgering you. We need more ideas. We need more ideas. We need more. I'm like, I don't, to the point where one day they had us sitting down. It was like, everybody has to submit 20 ideas. Like, almost on like a weekly basis, they was making us submit our ideas and not paying us.
Yeah, so there you have it, man. We gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta, step outside of, TikTok and go and get on their website. The TikTok for EBIN, all the comments are turned off on the TikTok. All the comments are turned off on Instagram. I believe all the comments are still on Facebook. So I guess y'all go do y'all magic there. You can still send them DMs. I don't think they'll be reading those DMs. I don't think they'll want to hear the community. Like I said, they posted 14 hours ago. I'm sure that they've realized the landslide of comments that are coming in for them. We will see if they try to clean this up, if they'll get an apology, or let's tell them just stop marketing to our people. But let's get this out there. If you got Aaron products or Evan products, trash them. That's the only TikToks I want to see about this anymore. They're a trash company. Next thing we should do is go to your cabinet, pull out all your Evan products, dump them in the garbage. Put your money where your mouth is. We can't let people keep treating us like this, and they need us. I mean, they don't need us. Go do another company, or go do but here's another thing. A lot of these companies, if they can, they'll just rebrand, they'll repackage, put another name on it. But we need to make sure that this company feels us and hears us and changes its ways. But that won't make me still support them, even if they do. They need a hard lesson in using the black community, because we're not playing no more. Everyday people, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace. What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog. And literally, we getting lit today, because we got a package from Opulence Scents. There you go, Opulence Scents. Yes, we got us a care package. We got us a total of 3 candles, and we got some foam and bath wash. Now I'm gonna try this out tonight, okay? Because over here at the Everyday People, ain't nothing sweet but the Chardonnay, okay? But we're gonna take this foaming bath wash. We're gonna be sweet today. I wonder what I could use that on. Anyway, so we got the foaming body soap, and this is, I believe it's a Burberry flavor. Too bad I got allergies, but it's strong enough you can smell it through your allergies. That's crazy. Okay. Also, I have a candle. It says, "Pass me not, oh gentle Savior." Hit the Cashapp. Cashapp Everyday PJ, okay? Also, this is the Burberry scent. Now, this does have specific directions. And what we're going to do is we're going to trim the wick to 1/4 inch, approximately 6 millimeters before lighting. Keep candle free of any foreign materials, including matches and wick trimmings. Burn only the candle on a level, fire-resistant surface. Do not burn the candle for more than 4 hours at a time. Okay, so we're gonna take the Pass Me Not. She named this specific scent after the communion. If you watch my lives, you know we do communion, and our song is "Pass Me Not, O Gentle Savior." Okay, and we do that so you can don't pass me up and hit that Cashapp. Okay, so I'm gonna trim this wick. I got my flick your bick. Oh, pass me not, oh gentle Savior. Hit the Cashapp. Hear my humble cry, while on others thou art calling. Do not pass me by. Hit the Cashapp. Make sure y'all hit the links down below in the description. We got Opulence Scents, where you can get your 3-wick candle or the single wick candle, and you could get your foam body bath scrubber stuff. Anyway, keep it lit, big dog. Peace.